She's valid.
I guess. I don't like his clothes on him.
You're like, no, let him be naked. Let him be free with nature.
Yeah, pretty much.
Boy, I sound crisp in my ears right now.
The volume's all the way up. Mm-hmm. Kind of.
Shit, how you been living, my boy?
Good, man. Good.
I like this shit. You say you're tired.
I'm a little tired.
I wasn't gonna say it this time. I was gonna keep it in.
What?
Because, I feel like most of the episodes we pop in, I'm like, damn, I'm tired. And most of the episodes, welcome back to the Down with the Get Down podcast. We are the DWG boys, starting off with your co-host, Romel.
And your boy, Derek.
Appreciate y'all sliding through to another installment of DWG. Shoot, how y'all been living, really? How y'all been? It's been a lot going on.
Yeah. Shit. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
This will probably be out by then.
No, this one will be out.
No.
It'll be the one after, wouldn't it?
Maybe.
Yeah, because we'll be dropping this episode this Friday. No, next Friday. So then that would be going into... Christmas. No, this would be... That'd be Christmas Eve, wouldn't it?
Yeah, this will be Christmas. This would be the Christmas video.
Damn, Merry Christmas, y'all.
I should have got hats.
Happy holidays. We should have wore a Christmas hat. I would have had on the colors and everything.
Happy Kwanzaa.
The crazy part, we low-key got the same color matchup going on.
We
right
really
now.
do. This was not planned.
You
got tie-dye pants on. I got a tie-dye shirt.
And this tan, this is low-key kind of tanish.
Shit, hey, we're best friends,
We're lady brothers.
So how you doing?
Man, shit. I wasn't going to say tired, but I'm a little tired.
I know, because y'all left later than normal.
Mm-hmm. We got up later. And then, I feel like I still been recovering since graduation. Because, y'all didn't know. Well, Heavenly recently just graduated, so shout out to Heavenly. She got her bachelor's this past weekend, so we're recovering from that, and we're about to probably go up a little bit this weekend as well.
Mm-hmm. Yep, she one step closer to being a stay-at-home boyfriend.
Yes, one step closer. Just go ahead, lock in that 6 figures.
Oh yeah, don't gotta worry about nothing else.
But speaking of worrying and things like that, it's crazy. They've been bringing up a lot about the how we put our trust into certain apps, but we won't put our trust into like the vaccines and stuff like that. It will be like we're kind of hypocritical with certain things in the world. Not us, of course. We're perfect, but
you're right.
Facts. But no, they'll be like, oh, I want to do this, but then they'll go and put their whole like everything on the internet. Mm-hmm. And one of those things that I'm a victim of. But I did get my vaccine. And other things, but the new AI app, AI technology, is blowing our freaking minds recently.
Yeah, I mean, it's cool, man. I did, you did it, and then I did it. Mm-hmm. I like the way they came out. Thanks. There are a few different ones, and a disclaimer to a lot of people. You really got to know which ones are which, because some of them just use your face and steal your shit, so...
Yeah, facts. Well, shout out to the one that I ended up copping off of one of the YouTubers I watched, JG from GI. Shout out to Game Illuminati. Mm-hmm. But he put me on to the Lenza app. Is the one that
that's the one that most people
that's the one that most people been doing is the Lenza app. Yeah. Shout out to Lenza, shout out to that whole team because y'all that AI is something serious, boy.
Hey, what, $7 for like 100 pictures? This is a good deal.
That's solid. You got profile pictures for days, bro. You got like headshots.
Yeah, I mean, hey, I'm not gonna lie, some of them a little stupid looking, but the majority of them
are
some
of
them,
nice. I know. We did Heavenly's, and she had like a double arm on one of her. Yeah, she had 2 arms. It looked like an abstract, like Picasso type picture.
Bro, there's one where like some of my hair is just like up, but I really like that one though. It's just that one little bit I wish it wasn't there.
One of them makes my locks look like it's a wig. And like the picture is so crisp too. It's so crispy.
Some of them already knew I was a god, so they made me look like a god on there.
Like Black Jesus out here.
Yeah,
They had me in the robes and everything. I was like, what's happening?
Bro, they had me with wings and everything.
Hey, AI taking over. These graphic artists need to. I don't know what they need to
capitalize.
You need to capitalize.
Well,
get on.
And then there's some too that turn you into anime. Mm-hmm. That's been blowing up recently. The whole anime shit.
Oh yeah.
For it, I'm not gonna do it though.
I have. Yeah, I seen those on TikTok. People have been doing.
Yeah.
They'll try to make it look as like whatever anime version of them through the AI, because that's the first time I got introduced to the AI like technology was on TikTok. I kept seeing the videos that they had on there. I didn't know that people were using other apps. Now they got apps everywhere.
Yeah. So I'm good with the one that I did. I'm not gonna do it again. I'm not gonna do it again. There are some people's theirs looks really, really good, and then there's the one that puts you in a certain time period. I don't know if you've seen those, but they're pretty funny.
I've seen the ones. I don't know if they're just typing something in, but like these look like real deal people. Like they have like the rock star. Like it's like the they'll put them in like you said the time periods. They'll put them. They'll be like black steampunk woman or whatever, and then there'll be some steampunk woman in the corner, just like like in a different time period to the point where you think this picture is real. You think this is like a historic picture.
There's,
and I was like, dang, this is solid.
If I can find the clip of it, we'll put it in. But there's one where this chick did, and hers made her look like a slave. She was like, "Why do I look like a slave? I'm free now." And then she was calling the thing racist and all this other stuff. It was funny. But
the AI said, "Know your place."
Hey, that's what a lot of people have been complaining about, calling it racist because it's not depicting, I guess, certain black people in a certain way.
That shit made me look beautiful.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm just like,
I was like, oh, damn.
Yeah, some people were like, yeah, it's making us look like slaves and shit. I was like, maybe you just have a slave face. I don't know, bro.
Maybe you just have a slave face.
I don't know, bro.
Explain yourself.
I don't need to explain shit. You out here, you look.
The crazy part is I know exactly what you're talking about. some of y'all got some features. They'll be like, all right, you look a little color purplish.
Exactly. And look, if you look like that, that's fine. The thing took a picture of me, said I look like a god. It knows.
It knows who you are.
That shit accurate.
Nah, but hey, thing is, if you got features like that, that's low key. That's low key. That's a flex. In my
that you look like a slave.
Yeah, like you got the strong features, like you know how like people who can look like that and still look good, because it's a thing. Because sometimes people who have those type of features are usually like they're unkempt. They don't look like their hair is not really done. But some people will pull off that rough look.
It's really just their face. It's not really their hair or anything. It's just their facial features look like that.
Like, I'm trying to think. The dude who's playing, he's in the new Ant-Man movie. The guy who plays, who's in that new Creed.
Yeah.
He has that face. He has like old timey like farm boy. Like I've been in the.
Because he grew up on a farm.
But he looks like it. Like,
yes, because he did.
I know he did. But I'm saying, as in like that's an example of what I thought about when you said that. You said slave face.
Yeah, I mean, sure, but he did.
And then he did play in the slave. He did play in the slave movie too. So that kind of like it was. He was in the. I think he was in the Underground Railroad show. It was Underground.
I've never watched it.
I think it was called Underground, and I think he was one of the actors on there. It was either him or somebody who looked similar to him, but I was like, when I think about that, I think of like that type of facial structure.
Yeah, but I mean, the other thing too is like, he has a slave face, but he's also like fucking jacked. So more people just think he's attractive, anyways.
No, that's fact. If he wasn't that built, it would be a different story. Yeah. But obviously, he's a farm boy.
Yeah, I mean, like
we'll be bench pressing tractors and shit.
When I found out he lived on a farm, and I looked at the pictures of him after he worked out, I was like, yeah, nigga, you look like you worked on a farm.
And then he was talking about what he ate, and I remember Jennifer Hudson was like, "What do you eat?" And he was like, "Yeah." He started naming off like old, like he's like soul food that'll put you to sleep type soul food.
Yeah,
and I was sitting there like, that makes sense.
Bro, looks like
this man's heart's gonna stop.
You remember in Avengers Ultron where Captain America just split the wood with his hands?
Yes,
that's how I see him on the farm.
Yes, he's not even chopping them. He's breaking them.
He's like, this is much faster.
This is way much faster. But he's the one that turns around. You look at him. They're like, "You good?" Mm-hmm. He don't say much. It's little Tommy.
Yeah,
they call him little. This nigga huge. But shit. Speaking of slavery.
Okay.
Speaking of that, man, this controversy with the Brittney Griner situation.
What's that have to do with slavery?
She was a slave. She was in jail, incarcerated.
Because she was stupid.
I mean, that was true, that situation. But it's about the same thing. Slavery, jail, you're enslaved because of something
that you did.
Maybe. I mean, the white folks thought the black folks did something wrong, and they were like, you know what, you deserve this. So they were technically in jail.
It's not the same. It's not the same.
I would keep trying to pull. I would keep trying to pull it together. I was like, let me just. I'm gonna make it. I'm gonna make it.
I'm gonna make it make sense.
It's gonna make sense.
You put on your little woke cap.
Facts. Put on my hotep. Are you serious, my brother?
Are you serious? No. But no. I mean, I don't really. That trade was not a good trade.
No, be honest. Tell me how you really feel. Because I have my gripes with the situation, but I'm interested because we haven't talked about this.
Yeah, I just not even just that, right? Like even the way that they described it on the news,
right?
They said, "So we've traded, the Merchant of Death." The guy who that's his literal nickname, the Merchant of Death, the dude that makes wars possible.
Right.
He is sold, I don't know how many, there's like a whole list of terrible shit that he's done. Mm-hmm. But he sold like a shit ton of guns to terrorists. He's conspired to kill Americans. He did all of this, and they're trading him for the WNBA player. They started with him first, said all of the terrible things he's done. And then they were like, and we're trading him for the WNBA player, Brittney Griner.
And it's like solid trade. Yeah, right there.
And the thing that's crazy is, originally it was to get Brittney Griner and Paul, what's his name? Paul
Whalen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then they just gave up on getting him and just got her instead.
Had jumped through too many hoops. It was just like, you know what? This one got more clout.
And the thing that's crazy is, honestly, they're not gonna get him back. They're not gonna get him, and they're not gonna get, what's his name, Michael something.
I don't know the other one.
He's a teacher. He was a teacher that he got imprisoned over there for the same thing she did. But the difference is, hers was recreational. Mm-hmm. His was like medical. Mm-mm. And so he went over there. I think he went over there. He's a teacher. I think he went over there to teach. But his is a medical thing that he needed because of different surgeries and stuff that he'd had. And they arrested him for that. And then she got arrested. And so they're not going to get either of them because both of them are still in fucking prison. And the biggest trade that you had, you gave away for a basketball player.
Bro, you could have had, I feel like it should have been more negotiation. Like, don't get me wrong in the whole situation. Preface this. I'm glad that the girl, got back to the States. I'm glad that you, let the States deal with you in the situation. They want to make her do whatever or just let her go. Let they handle the situation. Because I'm like, yeah, the sentence was a little heavy. You did do something stupid. But I understand the U.S. wanted to have you back. After finding out about the other people, and then realizing that they decided to trade a guy called the Merchant of Death for her, it immediately made me be like, the fuck y'all doing? What's going on? I get it. You want a person back, but you got other people over here too. You could have capitalized on this trade.
Yeah. I mean, my thing too is yeah, it's cool you came home, but I wouldn't have brought you home if I had to have the trade that we did. I wouldn't have brought you home. You would have just had to stay a little bit longer, and you would have been fine. You've been doing the shit already. It's nothing new. But the problem is you're trading somebody, and the problem too is this makes it worse for everybody, not just the shit with Ukraine and shit like that. It makes it worse for them, obviously. But it makes it worse for everybody in general. That is a ghost.
The door just opened up. There's a train going downstairs. The door just decided to open on its own. Shenanigans are happening.
Gotta go home.
But yeah, as you were saying.
But yeah, it's pretty much like I'm gonna use it in a term that you would understand, right?
All right.
and nobody else might understand it unless you watch Naruto.
All right.
But essentially, like, we just traded, like, Kaguya for Sakura. And this is like OG Naruto Sakura.
Disrespectful.
That's the equivalent of the trade.
That's a horrible trade. That's why I was like, I stood by it. I didn't care how many people said, like, well, so. I'm like, bro, you got to think about the ramifications of this.
Yeah, like, I mean, and the other part that I have a problem with, too, is, like, they don't actually give a shit about her. They're using her as a way for the next election so that they can be like, hey, we got Brittney out of Russia and all this other stuff. They don't really give a shit that they got her out of prison. They're going to use it for a political thing, which is the other reason. Because it makes it look bad on, like, black people because they just think that they can do this and then they're going to get everybody's vote. Because it's just like, yeah, you know, we got one of you out of Russia.
We helped her. We got her out. Y'all wanted her and we got her back.
And we're working for you, you know? And it's stupid. And that's the only thing I can ever agree with Dr. Umar about. Because he said it too. And I was like, you say a lot of stupid shit, but like,
it was the first time you looked at you like, I agree.
Yeah, I was like, you know, you say a lot of stupid shit, but I agree with you on that one. You know, they're just gonna use it for like a whole weird political thing.
And then that's the side that a lot of people don't see because you're only getting the fact that like, oh, she's free. And I'm like, at what cost? Like, yeah, we can say that the Merchant of Death dude that he goes over and they just wipe clean for him, be like, you know what, you did what you did, you served your time, you good to go, and then he just has no part in it. But there's still a high chance of possibility that this dude could just get right back to work.
Bro, he was already friends with Putin before he went into jail.
I would imagine because he was he was over in the U.S. conspiring against us, so he had to have good friends with dude.
They're essentially just giving him one of his best friends back to help him because he still has all the same connections. Now that shit changes.
That's why I said there's a high chance. There's a 50. I guess it's a 50-50 of that he does be like, you know what, shit.
Nigga, we arrested him. He hated us before we arrested him. You think they're gonna? Because the thing too is like people were like, well, you know, he was only serving. I think it was like a 14-year sentence or something like that. So he would have gotten out eventually. The purpose of that whole thing is once he gets out, we're going to put him in another prison for another period of time. So he would have continued to stay in prison, I think, almost all of his life. But now we got to, you know, give him back to, you know, Mother Russia.
We gotta give a dude back who had so much more of a threat and influence. And like his thing is like you had so much more to negotiate.
Yeah,
you had much more.
That was their biggest thing that they could have negotiated, and it's like trading a fucking nuke for a bullet, essentially. Like that's very much like you had this big thing. Like honestly, if you wanted to wait it out, they could have got all three people. I'm pretty sure they could have got all three people,
and more, depending on who's all over there, because we don't.
Well, I don't know all the people that are over there. Those are the only three people that I know of. But and Paul. I mean, the other thing about him is they were like, well, he's been there for 4 years already, anyways. So what's the point? I'm like,
I've been hearing a lot of different like rumors and perspectives of the situation. One recently that stood out to me was shout out to T. Pendel. And was it Real Talk Pillow Talk podcast? One of his friends that was on there, he was a military service member, and I think he's a vet. He's not active anymore. He's a vet, and he was speaking on the situation because he was talking from a perspective of the guy because he's a Marine, ex-Marine, and then he was like, regardless, because he was on the side of they did the right thing, and basically. That guy's a service member. He knows what he got into. And that's something that they tell you when you first get in, that there's a possible chance that you could be a prisoner of war. And you just have to be okay with it. And he was like, I'm pretty sure, he said, if the guy saw a civilian in there, he's going to be like, get the civilian out before you get me out. And I was like, okay, I get that perspective. But then we can still agree on the fact that that trade was god awful.
Yeah, I mean, like, my thing is, like, I understand that, like, this is what he signed up for, all the other shit. The only problem with that is we don't actually know what he got arrested for.
Exactly. When they say he was going for a wedding or something, and then they thought that he was a spy.
Yeah. So, like, even if he knew what he got in there for. If he's just having a casual stroll in Russia and he got arrested for nothing,
Shit's wild.
it's kind of it's still a problem.
Look at him, comrade. I'm like, what? Comrade? What you mean? What's happening here?
So I mean, it's still, and the other thing too is like, okay, well, even if he's okay with being there, you have two civilians though. You know,
Got the other dude you was talking about.
right? And he was there before she was. And I'm just like, if in terms of like stuff, like yeah, obviously I would want her to be back, but I mean, he is also just a normal guy.
At this point, then they said they were trying to. I don't know if this was true or not, but it seemed like they were trying to do a little bashing to him because it was saying that
the teacher.
No,
Or
not the teacher, the
Paul?
Marine dude.
Yeah,
Paul dude. Because they were saying that he was like, he got kicked out the military. That's basically what happened to him. So they're trying to make all types of stuff up, but I don't know whether or not it was true or not. It was all rumors. But you know how they started digging up dirt right after they try to say, free this dude.
Yeah, I mean, the other thing too is like they don't actually know anything, and they also don't know why he got arrested. The thing that Russia told us is he was a spy, and dude could have just been over there for a stroll. Like, we have no idea as the reason as to why he got arrested. He just got arrested and has been in there for 4 years.
Just chilling. Just in there. Vibe. And he saw Brittney get out. He said, what the fuck?
She walks right by the cell. And he's just like, what the fuck?
What the fuck, dude?
It does a little...
He's rock, paper, scissors with his cellmate just in there, just chilling. And he looks over. What the hell? What's going on here?
Bro, this shit crazy, man. And I don't understand the logic. And because like
you said it already about the votes. I feel like it makes the most sense.
Well, yeah, I mean, obviously that's the reason.
Yeah.
But like I don't understand the logic in normal people just being like, this is a good trade. Thank God she came back. Because like it's stupid.
I can tell you, the military guy, he also said it from that perspective as well. He said he was like, if that was your sister, that was your cousin, that was your brother, that was your family member that was locked up, you're not gonna care how it happens. It's just, you just want it to happen regardless. So I think that's where a lot of people aren't thinking logically, like this trade was trash. They're thinking from it like, well, I'm just glad she's out. Which, that's why I said in the beginning, I'm glad that she's out, but we have to acknowledge that this is bad.
Yeah, and I understand that completely. I don't know who the fuck she was before she got arrested. That's the thing. The most of the world didn't know who the fuck she was until she got arrested. She didn't matter. And that's the thing. So like all these people that care, they don't actually give a fuck.
No, you only care because she's a celebrity.
You only care because she's a celebrity, she's black, and she's a part of the LGBT. That's the only reason why any person...
She hitting all
and she's a woman.
Oh.
So she hit all the marks, right? Other than that, nobody gave a fuck that she was there before we found out. And now that she's out, I mean, she doesn't even have to play basketball anymore. She just has to tell a bullshit story about prison, write a book, and then she's good. And she didn't have to do anything else ever again. You know?
She said.
And nobody will remember her after this whole experience is over with her, if she does like books and all that shit. You know, nobody's going to go to watch her play basketball. Even if she continued to play basketball, I don't even really think the numbers would change.
Hell, they probably got a PR team that's already working on the whole story right now. They're like, look, you ain't got to do nothing.
This is honestly really great publicity, but at the same time, like, you didn't really matter until this happened to you. So that's why I don't understand why so many people fake care about shit just because she fixed all of these little boxes that people give a shit about.
Folks gonna fake the same thing. They gonna fake care just like they fake care about any breakup that happens in Hollywood. It's literally on the same level. It's like, damn, like Doja Cat did this. Like Doja Cat done shaved her eyebrows off. Oh my gosh, you should care about this because this is hot stuff.
This is news.
This is new. And all of a
Pete
sudden,
Davidson is dating the chick from Wednesday.
Yeah, they're like Pete Davidson got a chance. They're like, look, we gotta accept it for what it is, and we're just like, damn, that shit crazy. And all of a sudden, it's like, Brittney Griner. We're like, oh, we didn't know who the hell this was.
I didn't know who she was at all. And then, like, And the way that you know that like nobody really knew shit about her, there were multiple just different things about like, oh, she's trans, oh, she's a man, oh, she all this other stuff, and it was just a whole bunch of just stupid information. Oh, she's being super mistreated in prison and all this other stuff. Apparently, there's like they put out footage of her being in the jail.
Yeah, she was like she was playing some game with some other prisoner.
It looked like she was just chilling, honestly.
Yeah, she was in that whole vibe. Playing some game. And all that fuck.
There's a thing of her just chilling in there, and they're like, we really traded the Merchant of Death for this. She was just chilling. She could have stayed a little longer.
She got a new haircut and everything. Took the locks out. I was like, wasn't her hair like long? Did she have like full locks at first?
Yeah.
She got somebody was pulling them hoes. Fuck her up.
She probably did it herself.
She was like, you know what? Let me go ahead and do this.
Honestly, I'm not gonna lie. If you're going to prison or whatever, especially in a different like country, I would probably shave my head too, just for the sake of like I don't know if these people are gonna grab my hair or not. You know,
you don't know what's going on. You don't want somebody to just pop up on you and be like, "Dance, nigga." I'm like, oh, God.
So you know, I understand like people like shaving their head and shit.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I mean, you know, we're all gonna fucking die.
What?
I mean, hey, man, look, I don't doubt that he can probably sell a nuke.
But the thing is, the guy had also put out a point about everybody's replaceable. He said that the merchant guy is probably 1 million of him out there. That's still out here that we haven't caught. So it's like he just joined to the fold. But I'm like with them specifically doing that.
Sure, there's probably multiple of him, but he's the most famous one and one of the best. They literally had a movie about him too.
He was like, bro, I'm doing this. I do this while I'm in jail. This is like the way he walked out. Did you see the footage like when they walked out and they shook hands?
He was just chilling, yeah.
Bro was like, they were like, oh, what's up, man? He's out there. I was like, this man is evil.
Bro, an evil villain, bro.
This man is a super villain. He's a whole super villain in real life.
He walked out like he was just like, I already knew this was happening.
This man looks like he was like, I sell to both sides. I don't care.
Yeah,
y'all come to me, and I feel like he lives in a bunker somewhere that's like super nice.
with the amount of money he gets, I wouldn't be surprised if he lives in the air.
This man just like he's like, yeah, bro, I was really chilling. It's like, what's the if y'all seen Baki, just like black dude, how he just be chilling in prison.
Oh, Biscuit Oliver.
Yeah, Biscuit Oliver. That's him. That was him in jail.
Just walk around it.
Man he had all mob ties for him.
And none of those things ever changed. So like that's the other thing was like if you already have all of these connections, those connections aren't gonna change. It's just gonna pick it back up where you left off, kind of thing.
It's like, well, and the part that you said we were talking about kind of it being affecting everybody in this situation, not just like obviously affects the U.S. and it affects us because like it's a possibility that he could like go team up and be like, ooh, shoot that bitch.
Yeah, well, I mean, it affects Ukraine first.
Yeah, them first for sure. He's going over there to fuck them up. Hopefully not. Hopefully they've been coming. I'm surprised this war lasts as long as it's been lasting because I thought there was gonna be a clean sweep. I thought they were finna come over there and just take over. Russia? Yeah.
Well, you know, a lot of things that got cut off from Russia too, so that's kind of deterred some of the things. But now, you know, he has the nigga that makes wars possible, Merchant of Death. So I mean,
this was the start of World War III. this is what. And then when they go back in the history books, you know how they were like how Francis Ferdinand was the one that got shot that sparked off the shot for World War II. It's gonna be Brittney Griner's trade.
It's gonna be we traded Thanos for a basketball player.
This man has all the rigs. He walked out that plane like he owned the place. He said, look, I'm going back to the motherland and I'm causing havoc.
He walked out just like, I just want all of you to know, y'all are dying first. I already know where y'all live.
And like, Brittney, you good. He's like, Brittney, you good. Like, don't worry, baby girl, it's fine. But no, the thing that I was thinking about, that I was more so worried about her, is getting unnecessary hate. Because when they didn't put the spotlight on this woman, basically saying that like we traded her. She had no recollection of the whole situation, even though they probably told her, hey, we're gonna trade you for him. She was probably like, cool, I get to get out. But in the long run, there are crazies over here in the U.S., crazies everywhere. You're walking out in the street one day, you're like, damn, I'm a free woman. I get to go I'm gonna go get me some McDonald's. I'm gonna go just feel free for a second, and then people out in the streets might attack her. That's what I'm scared of. The people might attack her off the strength of the Paul Whelan and the other guy, like saying.
Honestly, I don't feel like that's really an issue.
You wouldn't think that there'll be a mark on her back.
Not at all.
Why?
Mainly because most people know that she's not the one that made the trade. You can't be mad at her. That's why most people aren't upset with her.
Yeah.
Most people are upset with president and government.
I know that. I'm talking about the stupid people.
I mean, even the stupid people that don't like her, they don't have a problem with her getting traded. They have a problem with how the trade happened, like who was traded versus, that whole thing. So I don't fear anything for her whatsoever. Like, you might have one person that's just like, they should have not traded you, or they should have traded you and Paul, or you and Michael, or whatever. But I mean, nobody's gonna attack her, and she's a fucking. Most people don't even attack celebrities, anyways. That's the thing. So I mean, she's gonna be safe regardless. So she's fine.
Yeah, that's what I was more so like her. Like if she goes back to the WNBA and she's like, all right, I'm about to go play my game. I'm about to hop back on the thing, and then you have people in the stand saying it should have been Paul, it should have been this or whatever. Like that's a part of the game because people are gonna talk shit regardless. Right. But making that a bigger thing and being like this shouldn't have happened. That's what I was worried about, that the government kind of put a target of publicity back on her back of being like the first time you see her, people are like, you don't deserve this.
That comes with being famous though. Yeah. So I mean, you can't really. I myself cannot give a shit about it because that comes with fame. People aren't going to like you. People are going to say shit to you. If she goes to play basketball, I'm pretty sure the opposite team is going to try to throw her off with that bullshit anyways. Yeah. It comes with all of that shit. So it's no different than everybody in the world hating Kanye kind of thing. I don't fear for that nigga's safety. Actually, never mind. I slick kind of do because he's pissing off way too many people.
He's going wild, bro.
Like he's the only celebrity I fear for his safety because the nigga said I love Hitler.
No, that's a perfect segue because I did have something. Another thing that just happened in the news that I almost forgot about. Okay. They released Gunna from jail. He's a free man.
That's cool.
Yes, but I do fear for this man's life.
Didn't they say he snitched? Kind of.
Yeah, they're saying that he snitched, and he technically didn't really snitch because they can't. He got a plea deal.
Look, the way they described it.
Let me describe. I'll describe it to you,
go ahead.
And then we can see that does it feel like he's snitching for real.
Go ahead.
So they basically gave him a deal, told him that he had a I think it was a 5-year sentence. He served one of those years already. And then they were like, okay, we got a deal for you. You admit to what you did.
Right.
You admit to what you were a part of. And then anything you say, you can, this is not a testify. You're not testifying against anyone. You're not basically, you're just admitted to what you did, take your charge. And then he has to do like 500 hours of community service and he's scot-free.
Right.
So that's was the deal. So when the judge was sitting there, they had footage of it. He was like, they were like, were you in the car with Jeffrey, who is Young Thug? Were you in the car with them when you had these illegal narcotics and guns in there, whatever they had? He was like, yes, ma'am. He was like, okay, did this belong to YSL? Did this belong to the situation? He was like, yes, ma'am. That's the thing. He couldn't say, if he denied it, then he would be trying to plead not guilty. He had to plead guilty. So he basically agrees to everything that they said that happened. Like, yeah, that was the unmarked things, this right here. And I forgot the other stuff that they asked him. But
it was something about like are certain people in gangs and stuff like that.
Yeah, he was like, it's
and
white.
He said, yeah. There was something else, but I mean, like my whole thing. Are you done? By the way,
yeah, that was the end of it.
So my thing is, he didn't actually snitch. These were all things that was already public knowledge, and also, regardless of if he says that, yeah, this person's in a gang and says what gang, you can't get arrested for that. So it doesn't actually matter. Honestly,
that was the last part I was saying when they said that anything that he said in that plea deal couldn't be used against anybody else in YSL.
Right. So that's the other thing. I'm just like, he didn't, like, he snitched, but it's not admissible in court. Like, you can't get arrested for it. I mean, also, I wouldn't really give a shit. That's actually not true. The only reason I say that I don't necessarily care is because 6ix9ine is alive and he snitched like he snitched.
He's that boy.
And he's been perfectly semi okay.
Did you see his response on the situation? He responded to Gunna like, when they were talking about he was snitching, and he was basically like, "I choose life." He was like that. He said, "Nah, I choose me, Bill." Like he said, "I'm not finna be messed up because of this street shit or something like that." And he was like,
and that's how it should be. I'm not gonna lie, because like people might have a problem with that, but if I'm doing wrong and you're doing wrong, and both of us know that we're both doing wrong, if one of us gets in trouble, I'm gonna snitch on you.
It's just I can't do that.
And if you snitch on me, I'm not gonna get mad. I'm not gonna take the blame for you, and I would expect you not to take the blame for me.
I'm not taking blame for nobody.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's dead.
Like, and that's the thing. Like, people think, oh, well, you didn't want to take the blame. No. Why would I throw my life away for you?
I say it like this: if you are a street nigga, if you are in the streets and you are hitting licks, you are pushing weight, you are all this stuff, and you are side by side with your gang, and you are repping yourself, doing all your stuff, and you are a part of a heist or whatever lick you just hit, and they start and they like hit you with it. I say at that point, then I would say street rules apply. I would be like, because you are a part of it, you're in it, you're doing the damn thing, and they're asking you specifically about a crime that you were a part of. If you decide to sit here and put people's names into it to bring them into it, then I would be like, yeah, if you're snitching and if they catch your ass, that's on you because you shouldn't have been out here doing dumb shit.
True. But I mean, the other thing too is like, you can't get mad for somebody telling the truth. Nigga, you were doing the thing. So like, you look like a bitch getting upset that somebody told the truth about some bullshit that you did, you know?
It's like, yeah, you got in trouble in school, you gotta tell the truth.
It's right, like you're acting like a fucking child. Like that's what I have a problem with the no snitching thing. Yeah. You're a fucking child.
Yeah.
Why would I have to throw away my entire life for something that you did just because you don't want to be held accountable for your bullshit? But now I have to be accountable for your bullshit. That's that's stupid to me.
Yeah.
You know?
That's why I say I can only understand like if I was in it, I was deep in it, but like coming from the perspective, obviously I'm not deep in shit. and I'm not straight away from dumb shit. So that's what I was. So yeah, from my perspective right now, of course not. Like if we went and some shit happened and you like, bro, like just lie, nigga. No. They're like, bro, don't be snitching, bro. I'm not a street nigga.
Plus I don't
do this.
But the other thing too is like me, regardless of any of that, like I take responsibility for the shit that I do.
Yeah.
You know, like I'm not gonna bring nobody down just to not try to be free or whatever like that. Like if I did some shit, I'm gonna say that I did the shit. It is what it is. Regardless of if it ruins my entire life, whatever. Like I gotta be held accountable to the shit that I do because that's my standard for other people. You know, like I can't tell people that everybody should be held accountable for their actions, but yet I don't do the same shit. You know, so that's why I would never be upset if somebody did that. Now, if you fucking lied on me, completely different story. But if you're telling the truth, if you're like, yeah, he killed so-and-so at this certain time of day, blah, blah, blah. I'll be like, damn, I did do that.
Yeah. It's like, that's why I say it's like, if it's a different situation, like, that's why I feel like it'll be levels to it. Because the only time I'll be like necessarily that you shouldn't be snitching is if you made a pact, which I'm pretty sure if you were part of a gang, I'm pretty sure you made a pact of like we ride or die. Like if you did some dumb shit and like you get caught, that is completely on you. You know, that's completely on you. You do not say nothing about anybody else because then I can't blame him. I can't blame it if a nigga want to shoot you up because now you done. Even though he did some dumb shit, he didn't get caught. He didn't get caught. I mean, like, and then
if both of you didn't get caught and you snitch on the person so that you get off, that's different. But the other thing too is like, if you know for certain that the people that you're with are gonna kill your family, type thing, then like okay,
yeah, it's kind of like all right,
yeah, but that's just to protect your family, you know, sort of thing.
Because didn't Bobby Smurda, didn't he stayed in jail for one of his homies, didn't he? Which is wild.
Yeah, well, I mean, you know, he's out now and doing his thing. I don't think he's making music though.
He made a couple songs.
When he came out?
Yeah, he had a couple.
Okay.
Just came out.
Oh, yeah, he did. He
was gyrating in there very profusely, very strong. That whole, I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, no.
Well, it came out ready.
I've been seeing him on TikTok a lot. But yeah, I mean, I'm glad he's out or whatever. Mm-hmm. It's just,
I don't know if Thug getting out. I don't know about that one, big dog. You might be in there for a little while.
Honestly, I think that most rappers that go to jail probably need it. It provides them with good character development.
I just know he got to come out with some hard
That's
shit.
What I'm saying.
I was like, boy, that shit gonna be hard.
Yeah, every time I know that somebody's going into jail, if I know who they are, I'm just like, yeah, you're gonna bring out some heat when you come back out.
Gunna never gave me he never gave me I would go to jail vibes. But the fact that he's out now, I just want to know what he has to talk about.
So,
Because immediately when he walked out, did you see what he had on his side when he walked out the jail?
No, I didn't see him when he walked out.
Bro, when this dude left when he left out of the jail, he had his head down and he had some white chick with him that was like generic BBL, big boobs, big butt with him. And I was like, and we were all like, we know what he's doing. we know exactly what's on his mind. Yeah. He said, I've seen too many men. And that's the first thing he has on his side while he's walking and getting into a limo.
Hey, you have to make sure,
Your boy was busting
happening on the way home.
On the way home. He waited no time. He said, I don't give a damn. He said, I don't give a damn.
Speaking about, how much time we got?
We got about a good 15, 20 minutes.
Speaking about possible prison, the shit with, court really, the shit with Meg Thee Stallion and Tory.
Meg and Tory, bro. That shit's wild. That shit's all over the place. I've been getting into conversations about that because it's so interesting.
See, and the thing that's crazy is I don't give a shit. The thing that, like somebody will probably say I'm fucked up that I don't give a shit that she got shot. That's not really the thing I don't give a shit about. I've consistently thought this case was over. Like every time it gets brought back up, I've always thought it was over with already. I've thought it was over like 5 times.
It was supposed to be been done.
And like I really don't care. And like people are having a problem with like they brought up a whole bunch of like Meg's like people that she slept with and stuff like that. And she's talking about like how she wants to like off herself because they brought out all the people that she's fucked and it's embarrassing. Her boyfriend, who I can't remember what.
Yeah, they said he was embarrassed or something.
Something like that. And I'm not gonna lie. I really don't give a shit about what she's going through. I really don't. And the only reason I say that is like the only reason.
So straightforward with it.
I really don't. Like I'm not gonna shit because like the only reason, like if this was a normal woman, I would care a little bit, not very much, but like I would care a little bit. But she's like one of the 4 horsemen of being a thought. Like all of her shit is talking about how much she's a hoe. So like I don't care about them bringing up all the people you had sex with. I also don't care that it hurts your feelings. You promoted yourself off of fucking. So like, how can I give a shit about them being like, yeah, she was fucking.
Like, at that point, it's like they're not bringing it up to shame you. They're bringing it up for
also, like it's a part of the case. Is the other thing. Like a lot of people have a problem with it because they feel like it's not needed, but it is actually a part of the case, which is why they brought it in. Because it was her friend. Like basically, they just hop from dick to dick. Or
I hate the fact. I was like, at first, I was like, this is like you said, this should have been over. Just to realize it was a lot messier than it was supposed to be. Because it was like, if dude shot him, he shot him. Like, you can't do nothing. You can't work your way around that.
Yeah, but now they're saying that she shot her.
Yeah, now they're saying the friend shot her. And then now they're bringing up the past and it's giving her a motive to why she shot her. And I was like, dealing with crazy. I was like, dealing with crazy. You fuck around. You fuck around with somebody dude who they thought was a dude.
Yeah.
They might pop off a little bit. And so that's why I was like, my theory is that it's a cover up that Tory, because Tory was dating Kelsey. That's the friend. Tory was dating Kelsey. He got introduced to her by Meg, and then she went on some trip or something, came back, found out that Meg was sleeping with Tory. Then obviously got mad, popped off. The shit happened at Kylie Jenner house, and they made a joke saying they look at Meg and look at the friend. They both like stallion type women. They were like, they're moving couches. They said they're moving couches. And I saw that shit on Twitter. I was dying. I was like, yeah, that's some strong ass women.
See, and like, my thing is, right, I feel, because like how it's just like described as like, you know, her friend would have sex with somebody and then Meg would have sex with that person and it would just go on like that.
Yeah, they said that the friend had said something about like Meg has a history of like going behind people's back and
right,
fucking
like
with their dudes.
Right. And like, and some of it isn't just like, you know, she was dating these people. It was just like Meg likes getting like seconds, like leftover type thing. And so if that was how it went down, because like I don't really think that he was dating her like that. I think that she might have felt like they were having a relationship, and then when she left, you know, obviously leftovers. So
yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was like,
that whole thing.
I was thinking that they might have had some type of. No, go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, you know, she comes over, has like the leftovers or whatever, and if that is the case, then you know you come back, and the person that you think is your best friend having sex with your boyfriend,
right?
People have been killed over less. So I mean, I mean, if she shot her, because like if she shot her, she would have shot her with his gun, which then is why people would think he did it. And if that whole thing, you know, turns out that that's how it went, then, you know, that's how it went. People can get off. Hopefully they can resolve this so I actually know it's resolved.
Yeah, so I know what the fuck is going on. Because, like, I'm like, damn.
Because, honestly, at this
point... I need to know who music not finna come out. I need to know who's going to jail.
Because, I mean, honestly, at this point, like, the only reason I also don't give a shit is both of them are fine. That's why I don't care. I was just like, well, she didn't die. And she's back to twerking and doing all this other stuff. I mean, you know, so why should I give a shit anymore?
No, it's not one of them give a shit moments at that point. It's mainly just kind of just like, damn, this shit's on. Let me see what's happening.
Yeah, like people just like the drama of it.
Yeah, and I like me personally, I fuck with Tory Lanez music. So that I was like, damn, if that was the case, which I was leaning, which at first when I saw the situation, I was like, it's all allegations, nothing's proven until we get proof. So that's how I stood on the situation. That's why I still stand, because the theory that's been coming up now in my brain is that Tory, if he already fucking with both of them, he probably selling dreams. So he's probably selling dreams. So the nigga's probably selling a dream to Kelsey, like, we finna do this, we finna be together, stuff like that. And then her catching feelings, finding out about the situation, popping off at the Kylie Jenner party, then them on the way home, still being mad, finding out about the shit. They stop. They get out the car. They arguing the shit, probably fighting. And probably at some point, Kelsey was like, she probably saw red, shot at her. Because 5 times is excessive by a nigga who fucking both girls. Why? And they said that he said dance bitch. He said pulled out a gun and told her to say, and said dance bitch and started shooting at her ass.
Yeah.
What the fuck? And then,
honestly, she might have said it.
No, that's what they said. Tory said that.
I know, but I'm saying she might have said it though.
Oh,
because the other thing too is like, I feel like it's also one of those things where it's just like, that's still her best friend, and even though her best friend tried to fucking kill her, a lot of people don't like think rationally, especially when it comes to like their best friend. She still might be trying to protect her best friend by saying it was Tory instead.
That's what I was thinking, that they were trying to say that Tory paid her off, and I was like, I'm thinking that Tory is just not saying nothing because he knows that he put her in a fucked up position, and now he's probably trying, instead of being like, these bitches crazy, I'm finna just tell the truth. He's probably thinking like, oh, shit, I fucked up myself, and I gave her a motive. And then now he's kind of like, well, unless he's trying to be Captain Save-A-Ho and being like, you know what, just don't say shit. Just, like, leave it alone. Don't worry about it, even though you know you did it. Yeah. It was technically my fault.
I mean, yeah, because even legally, he wouldn't even be liable for it. Because,
he wouldn't go to, it would be her going to jail. I think that'd probably just be bad on his conscience, because he's just like, damn.
Well, probably not even bad on his conscience, because I really don't think he gives a shit.
2 years later, I don't think he cares.
Like, I really don't think he gives a shit. It's just bad for his image, because like a lot of his draw with music is women. I don't know the numbers on it, but like I just know a shit ton of women listen to him.
Yeah.
So you know, him being a fuckboy, which, I mean, I don't know why people don't already know that he is, but like, whatever. And the other thing too, he has a history of like
aggression.
So you know, that's why another reason why people are just like, yeah, well, you know,
throw him underneath the bus. Fuck him. This nigga's aggressive. He's a short, aggressive man. Of course, he shot her because he's taller than him.
Yeah. So you know, it's just a whole bunch of fucking mess that I don't really give a shit about.
It's too much. But every time them updates pop out, I'm looking at them because I'm just like, what's really going on? Because I'm gonna laugh if it turns out that it was Kelsey and not him. If it turns out it's Kelsey and not him, I'm be like, damn, you give this nigga his flowers. I was like, and then, if that was the case, bro, I'll be like, bro, give this nigga his flowers.
Now, what would you do if she shot herself?
Somebody put her in a mental hospital.
Made up this elaborate story to rise her publicity so more people would listen to her.
That shit'd be wild, and then both of them need to be Tory needs to lose his music licenses. He needs to, because why are you a part of this?
Because he signed a contract to promote her.
Say he was trying to. They said that he was signing a contract to Rock Nation, and I think Meg Thee Stallion. I don't know if she's underneath Rock Nation. That's Jay-Z and Beyonce. So I think that would be signing the same label at that point.
Yeah,
it'd be funny. They were like, Jay-Z was like, "This the deal."
This is their testing into the Illuminati. You know what I'm saying? Like, they got Jay-Z and Beyonce.
He's like Jay-Z come out. Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Shoot yourself.
You know what I'm saying? You just gotta go out there and shoot her. You gotta go out there and shoot him. You know what I'm saying? B. She's like, babe. B. She's like, Jay, leave him alone. Leave him alone. Don't do that. Don't shoot her. She has to still twerk.
She has to shoot herself.
She looks at her. Here's the gun. Figure it out. Like, they look at the Kelsey. We'll give you $2 billion. You say nothing.
Yeah, bro.
She's folding.
That's the real story right
She's
there.
folding on the podium. Every time they come out there, they're finding lies and everything that they're saying.
I mean, yeah, but I think my story makes more sense.
That's funny.
Blame it on people that have nothing to do with it.
Blame it on people that have nothing to
Jay-Z and Beyonce are going to see this and like, how the fuck did he know?
How did he know? All of a sudden, we get up at the door. Be like, let me talk to you real quick.
Their fucking jet is outside.
We'll pay you $2 million if you don't air this episode.
You're going to have to make it $1 billion, my boy.
I'm about to make it a bill. They were like, we'll do it. All right.
I will negotiate with the famous person.
I will negotiate. Money's on the table. Oh, shit. Okay, we got about 5 minutes. I'm gonna end it off with this question that I was getting in my workplace. Okay,
wait. Is this a question that might go long? Because we can do it in the next one.
You know what? I'm gonna say that question for the next one. It's
leave their ass on the cliffhanger. If you want to know what the question is, go to the next episode.
Go to the next episode. Y'all gonna, well, shit, they can't go to the next one. You gotta wait till the next week if y'all tuning in right now.
Yeah.
Because we're going to have this one premiering. So if you listen to the premiere.
You know what? We might do Patreon and have like our next episodes early on there. We should probably start doing that. Leave a comment and see if that would be something that y'all would be into.
Yeah, because I'm trying to get y'all some bonus content for sure. So yeah, that'll be a good thing. And then we're almost by the end of the year. So y'all have a very Merry Christmas.
Yeah.
We appreciate y'all. This is our gift.
Our gift to you. Have a Merry Christmas. Tell us your New Year's resolution and the ones that you're not actually going to do.
Yeah, facts. Tell us what you're not going to do. But what we do need you to do is our gift to us is to rate us 5 stars on whatever listening platforms you guys listening on. Like, share, subscribe to everybody that you would think would love our podcast or something that just open up a conversation or whatever. If you're having that hard time trying to talk to your one friend who's a little bit too liberal, or a little bit too conservative, just drop them on by the Down with the Get Down podcast, and I bet you they'll be with us by the end of the episode.
They'll be down with the get down by the end of the show.
Facts. And like I said, like, share, subscribe, all that BS on whatever you're listening to.
Yep. And if you're down with the get down, go ahead and subscribe.